So in the grouping I was talking about, in the metallic, you find out that in terms of valency, the group 1 or the alkali are what? Univalent, positive, in the sense that they will lose 1 electron to form their cation. They will lose 1 electron to form their what? Cation. The group 1, like lithium, will lose 1 electron and become what? Li plus. Sodium will lose 1 electron to become what? Na plus. Potassium will lose 1 electron to become what? K plus. The group 1 are univalent, positive metals. Similarly, the group 2 is also divalent, in the sense that they can lose 2 electrons and become divalent positive. Example, you have beryllium. It can lose 2 electrons to become what? Be2 plus. Beryllium has how many electrons? 4. When you draw the shell, you have the K that takes what? 2. You have the L that takes what? 2. What is the valency of beryllium? That valency electron can be lost, and it gives you this. So this is the beryllium what? Atom, losing 2 electrons to become Be2 plus. Beryllium is a group 2 element because the valency is 2 and it is divalent positive metal. In the same vein, you can have calcium. Calcium has how many electrons? 12. The K shell will take how many? 2. The L shell will take how many? 4. We take how many? The L shell will take how many? 8. 8. The L shell will take how many? 8. Making it what? 10. And the remaining 2. And the remaining what? 2 will be the outermost electron, which is the valence what? Electron. What is the valency of magnesium? 2. And when it loses that 2 electron, the outermost shell is going to become so you see that magnesium will lose 2 electrons and become what? Mg2 plus. Other elements in group 2 are calcium, strontium, and barium. They are also the group 2 metals. Then we can also look at the group 3. Typical element is what? Aluminium. Aluminium is a trivalent metal. Aluminium loses 3 electrons to give us Al3 plus. Aluminium has 13 electrons. The first shell will take how many? The L shell will take how many? 8. Making it how many? 10. How many will now remain? 3. what is the valency of aluminum. And that valency, it can now lose 3 electrons to give us this. Which is Al3 plus. So that's the grouping of metals. That is the groupings of what? Metals. Right. We can then discuss extraction of what? Metals. When we are talking about extraction, most times metals occur in the crude form, which is called what? Ores. So for it to purify or get the pure metal, it has to be what? Extracted. And the extraction of metal, sometimes we have what? Some preliminary what? Concepts, or some preliminary what? Process, or some preliminary what? Preparation. After which, you can now do the real metal what? Extraction. If the metallic ore is not concentrated, like the sulfide ore, the preliminary preparation has to do with concentration of the what? Ore. If it is not concentrated, example of some ores that can be gotten from primary preparation by concentration of the ore is what? Sulfide ore. Sulfide ore metals. The metals that contains what? Sulfur. Then, most times, the preliminary also preparation has to do with changing the oxide, changing the ore to what? Oxide before you talk about what? Extraction. And when you talk about the second one, which is the metallic what? Extraction, the extraction of metals depends on the position in what? Activity what? Series, which I have said before. In the extraction of metals, the very active metals are extracted by what? Electrolytic what? Reduction. The electrolytic reduction involves the extraction by electrolysis, where you see the transfer of what? Electrons, so that the metals can be what? Reduced and obtained. When you have potassium, you have sodium, you have calcium, you have what? Magnesium. These four are extracted by what? Electrolytic what? Reduction. You have these four extracted by electrolytic reduction because they are very what? Active. When you come into aluminum, aluminum will be extracted by electrolytic reduction and the what? Chemical reduction. That is where the change comes. That is where the change comes. Aluminum will be extracted by what? Electrolytic and the what? Chemical and the what? Chemical reduction. Then after aluminum, which is where you have what? Zinc, you have what? Iron, you have what? Tin, you have what? Lead, and somehow copper. They will be extracted by chemical reduction because they are moderately and not so much active. So these ones will be by what? Chemical reduction. Some metals can also be obtained by what? Free mining. Something like what? Gold. Because gold and what? Silver. Because they are the noble metals. So you see that some metals, the principle of extraction involve chemical reduction, where you see the metals being obtained using chemicals, using elements like coal and scraps of what? Metals. It can also be obtained by heating without the chemicals, which is what? Thermal reduction. You can also have free mining. You can also have what? Electrolytic what? Reduction. That is how metals can be what? Extracted.